Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm hwkcrafts and this is a series that I'm putting together called Seedlocked. This is the second episode of this series where we are trapped in an ancient city where the world spawn happened to be on top of that portal that you can see behind me there, that tall structure. That's where we started the season. So we haven't gotten too far into this. In our first episode, we managed to make ourselves a wheat farm, so we've got sustainable food at least down here. And most of this ancient city has been pacified now, and I got some clips that I'll play for you as we kind of go through exploring this ancient city and pacifying it. But I want to use this episode as kind of an opportunity to set what our goals in this series of videos is going to be. So I think we'll do that first, and then when we've got that done, we'll talk about what some of our plans are going to be. We've not been out here, so I don't know what I'm walking into necessarily.
A few moments later.
Okay, it did set it off. So that's one for sure.
12 seconds later.
Do we think we can do this? No. That's two. We're not off to a good start. I think we go back, and then I think we're just diving too deep. I think we need to just do this quadrant by quadrant, so we go back to places we know we've already made safe. Okay, so as I take some of my own advice there and try to break up the city into quadrants and clear it, things go a lot smoother after that. So not a lot of drama to edit in, but I thought this would be a good opportunity as you just kind of watch me move through the city and a little bit of a time lapse on the screen to kind of break down what exactly we're doing in the ancient city. We talked about repopulating it and pacifying it, but how are we going to know that we have had a success? So I've come up with a metric that I'm going to use to measure success at the end of this season. And I don't know how many episodes this is going to be. Maybe it'll be a 10 episode season. Maybe it'll be more. But just getting villagers back into the ancient city, that doesn't satisfy what I'm looking to do with that. I want to actually feel like we accomplished something. So kind of starting off, we've got one big objective, right? That's what we're working towards. So our objective for this season is to repopulate the ancient city, and then how do we do that, and how do we measure the success of that? So we've got a few success metrics that we are gonna be able to look back on at the end of the season and say, did we do this successfully, or did we not do this successfully? Maybe we get to the end of this and we just weren't able to fully complete the vision that we had for this, but perhaps along the way something cooler happens and it takes us down a different path. There's really no way to know. But starting off with number one, right? So success metric number one, we're gonna have a village with a population of at least 20 villagers. That's what I want to set the number at, is 20. That requires us to do a lot of villager breeding. We'll be able to have villagers with different jobs, different trade goods that we can get from them. But in order to do that, kind of a success metric 1 subsection A, we're gonna have all of our villagers come from 2 pioneers that we're gonna find and bring to our ancient city. So well, those 2 pioneer villagers, they're going to be our first 2 settlers that are going to repopulate this city. A little bit of a challenge to make this a bit more fun. I mean, I could go into the nether, right? Find a dried ghast, put it in some water, fly it up through the hole in the ceiling above the ancient city, and go find a village and just kidnap villagers and bring them in and then go from there, right? I don't want to do that. I think what would be more entertaining and more fun and challenging to complete is we have to repopulate the city and find our two pioneers by curing zombies. So we have to find two zombie villagers, get them trapped in a boat, make sure that they can't run away on us, and then find a way to cure them, which means we'll need a splash potion of weakness and golden apples. And once we do that and have them cured, then we use them to start repopulating our city. So that's condition one. Repopulate the city means 20 villagers stemming from our two pioneers who were zombies that we converted back into regular villagers and then used to repopulate the city. Kind of condition two, success metric 2, whatever we're calling it. We want to make sure we have pacified the ancient city. So that means kind of how we're going to measure that. No more skulk sensors, no more skulk shriekers. All of the things that might summon a warden have been removed. Villagers can move about this city freely. They don't have to worry about, being attacked or being wiped out again. Because I think as we go through this, I'm going to kind of have some lore that I've created about this, and it's obviously not Minecraft official lore. That who knows, in an update, Minecraft might come out and give us, an actual history of an ancient city and where the people that used to live in it went, or maybe there's the portal that's in the middle leads to a new realm, and we learn all kinds of different Minecraft lore. But what lore I'm going to make for this series in particular is that villagers used to live down in these cities, used to have civilizations down here, and the wardens and of the Deep Dark kind of eventually took over all of these ancient cities and forced villagers to either flee to the surface or struggle to survive. So that's kind of my idea in my head. So in order to make this a safe place and for villagers to be able to repopulate this city, we need to make sure that we have completely warden-proofed it and that they won't be bothered by wardens anymore. The fun part about that is, one, we're going to need a lot of hoes because there's a lot of skulk we got to clear. But two, other mobs don't spawn in Deep Dark. So once we've pacified the city itself, we won't have to really worry about any spawns. We don't have to worry about zombies, creepers, any of those things spawning in the city around the villagers. So we just have to pacify it from wardens, but that's going to take a lot of time because there's a lot of skulk we have to clear. Throughout this video, you see me kind of chopping down sensors and shriekers and everything. There's a lot of them, but once those are cleared out and it's safe to just move about freely, we'll pretty much have completed that objective. Okay, and then the last thing, the third thing that we're going to use to measure, our success throughout this is it's not going to be enough for us to just have these villagers back in here and to make sure that there are no wardens that can spawn. I want to make it look like a rejuvenated city. So we're going to put in buildings and houses and a market, and I really think that there's a really cool canal system that we can build through here. I'm sure we'll talk about that in a future episode, but I think we can. I see at least to me when I'm looking at it, the way that these ruins, the city is set up, looks like there is an opportunity to have a really neat canal system running through it, and make sure that we have farms and all the other things you would envision in a city, and have everything kind of rebuilt up, rejuvenated, and make it feel alive again. And once we've gotten to that point, I think hopefully we look back at the entire culmination of our videos throughout this little season or series, and we'll be able to look back and say, yes, we successfully not just repopulated the ancient city, but we made it into a thriving a thriving hub uh, that, that is really cool to look at and watch kind of just how life within that city unfolds. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the vision I have for this season going forward, and I want to show you guys now. We've kind of skipped forward a little bit. You saw me kind of clearing all that skulk and sensors and everything else as I was kind of laying out the vision for this series. But I'm gonna kind of take you all around the entirety of the ancient city. It should all be cleared now, so we should be safe to just move around freely, not worry about triggering anything. Obviously, it's going to take a long time to clear out all of the skulk that you see. You're going to need, I mean, you can see this diamond hoe I've got is already almost, 75% used up, and we've hardly even made a dent in anything. So let's go first. I'm going to go back in here, drop off some of these things, and we'll go take a walk around the city, and I'll show you a couple other things I found too. And some of the things that we collected from the city itself. So I got plenty of wool. Don't have to worry about wool in the future at all. You can see we're fully geared up on diamond armor now. Most of this is from diamonds that I found. The leggings did come from a chest inside the city. Let's put this iron inside the furnace out here because we do need to get that smelted. And then back here, this is most of our loot that's just kind of meh. We got plenty of seeds for wheat now. Our wheat farm is doing wonderfully. Gunpowder will be good because we're going to need to make some splash potions of weakness. Gonna have to figure out how we're going to get sugar to do that. We talked about converting some of those zombie villagers back to regular villagers. We need splash potion weakness to do that. In order to do that, we need a fermented spider eye, which means we need a piece of sugar. So, outside of just getting lucky and finding, a witch in a cave and that witch dropping sugar when we kill it, we might be looking at needing to build a mob farm to kind of, one, get us zombie villagers, two, get us witch drops. But it all should be doable, at least from the thought process in my head. Lots of music discs, lots of music shards. We can probably actually take these. I've never actually done this before. And we should be able to do this number. So there we go. We got two of these music discs. So I got those fancy ones. 19 echo shards, plenty of chests that we picked up from out in the city. Glowberries, you see I put some of those around to give me some extra light. So nothing super special in here. I do have some snowballs. There's also packed ice and blue ice that we can get. This chest up here is all of our good stuff. So look at all these potions of regen that we got. We've got some golden carrots, golden apples, diamonds, horse armor, which we probably won't end up needing at all. Name tags could be important. So I've got that the iron smelting. I need to make an anvil so that we can get some of the books put on it. Plenty of bottles of enchanting, which we don't necessarily need right now. We got 46 levels, but in the future those will be useful. And then 3 different pairs of diamond leggings we found out in the chest, but we could not find the silent armor trim, which is what I really wanted to find as I was opening some of those. And then these are all the books that we found. So we've got our enchanting setup created here now, full level 30 enchant setup. All the books we found out there, a bunch of swift sneaks, a couple fire aspects, infinity. There's flame in here somewhere too, so we can get a good bow set up. We don't have any lapis though, so we do need to come across some lapis so we can utilize that setup. Let's put all of our stuff on. Got our diamond sword now. And we go out here. So we'll kind of just go kind of around the city as a whole. It looks so cool when it's fully lit up like I've got it now. Like you don't have to, squint or try to catch any light. I need that. We'll grab that real quick. You don't have to really strain your eyes to see what's going on or what's around you. So still a lot of stuff to explore. We're going to try to do this all without going to the surface. I don't know if I mentioned that directly in that little segment I recorded, but we want to accomplish everything we're setting out to do without going to the surface. So everything's going to come from caves. So not just the villagers coming from zombie conversions, but also, you know, I mentioned needing the sugar. We're not just going to go up and get sugar cane. We're gonna get it from within a cave itself. I'm really excited to work with some of these generated structures and figure out what we turn them into. I didn't even notice the top of this. That could be really cool. I don't have any blocks to build up with, but I think we could do something really cool with this here. In the segment I recorded, I mentioned a canal running through the city. This just screams canal to me. The way this is set up here, this waterway, well, it's going to be a waterway. I think there is just lots of potential in here that you have just a water system that goes from the back of the caves up to the front. So really excited to work on that and flesh that out. We got to clear all this skulk away. Might incorporate this little carved out area back here into that. Maybe that's where the water comes from or something. But that eventually running up through here and there being a canal system that runs through the city, I think will be really cool. So we'll have to flesh that out a bit. Just continuing to kind of run around through here. Well, I'm out of energy. Something that is important, you know, if we talk about needing a mob farm, mobs don't spawn in Deep Dark, so we can't have it, you know, right up against the ancient city. One thing that is nice is ancient cities all spawn at Y level -51, so we're like only 10 blocks above bedrock. So we should be able to go down to bedrock to make a mob farm, but we've got to find a biome that is not Deep Dark, right? So this actually right here, as this lip here, denotes the start of a forest biome. So as we go back this way, this is forest, and then another part over there is birch. On the very far wall from where we are, looking that way, is a birch forest. So we've got a couple of biomes that we can use to mob farm. So we just have to make sure we're paying attention to our biome boundaries as we're trying to set those things up. We have some passageways and different areas that we still need to explore. There's some various branches coming off of, you know, this city that'll be worth exploring and going into to get resources, finding spawners for, you know, XP and different loot and things. So still a lot of exploration that we need to do, and a lot of cleanup, like we mentioned, right? But it's amazing being able to just move around freely and see exactly what's going on. So obviously I've not gone back that way yet. These are the tunnels we got to be careful of. There can still be shriekers back in here, different things like that. So no mobs are going to spawn and come out at us from here. But as we go exploring tunnels and cleaning things up, we need to make sure we don't, you know, accidentally summon any wardens, even though we've made the city itself safe. Yeah, I think that there's the one other thing I'm going to show you before kind of start to wrap up this episode for today. We got so much, all of this is just, it's cleared. So this is fantastic. If we go this way, we actually did find a spawner not too far from us that we can utilize, which is gonna be fantastic. Now, I was hoping that villager zombies could spawn at zombie spawners. I have found out that is not the case. So I thought it would make life a little bit easier because we just use the zombie spawner to get the villagers that we needed, but we're not going to be able to do that. However, we can still use it for XP as we need it, which would be really, really nice to have. So let's see, it's back this way, I believe. Trying to remember which way I went. Everything gets so confusing with the skulk. I know it's down here somewhere. So this is a nice view of the city from here. Like look at all of that. That's the portal that we started out at. All of this has been neutralized, pacified. It is phenomenal. I don't know if it would have been down Soul Torch Tunnel. No. This doesn't feel right to me. I don't think we went up to get to it. But there is a zombie here. So see what I'm talking about? This right here, this biome we're standing in, can't be deep dark if there's a zombie here, right? Because notice Shrieker right there. So that's what we don't want to run into. I don't have any wool on me, so I'm gonna not deal with that right now. Let's go back down. This is not the way I wanted to go. Well, I've lost my zombie spawner. It's here somewhere. Could it be this way? I don't think this is right either. No. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of everything that is really excited to show off this episode. We wanted to kind of really establish what the parameters, the rules that we were working within for this kind of mission were. Make sure that we established those, which we did, so we know kind of what we're actually trying to accomplish and get done. And then really wanted to get all of those sensors and shriekers out so that we could go about the next steps in our process, which are going to be finding a way to get more or get villagers so that we can begin our villager breeding, and make sure that, you know, anything that's going to be difficult to obtain, so like the sugar, the spider eyes, the fermented spider eyes, those kinds of things, that we start to prioritize getting those and begin moving towards the conditions that we need to satisfy to complete the challenge that we're working on. I promise you there was a spawner here. I'll have to find it again because I'm gonna need it, but I don't know which direction it was in. So let's go get the iron that we smelted over here. And then I want to see how much iron we've got. 14 there. We might actually be close. 16. But we need 36, right? Just to make the... Or no, it's 3. So we need to do... We are 1 short, right? We need 1 more piece. Oh, I've got one. I just found that one when it was out. Okay. So this smelts. And then we will have... an anvil that we can then bring in here. Let's set this up over here. Oh, not there. Get rid of the carpet. We don't need carpet. And then we grab our book. Give me the leggings. Put the book on the leggings. We've got Swift Sneak. And now we can move around so much faster as we're sneaking. You know, not super useful within the city itself anymore because we don't need to sneak in the city. But love that we have that now as something that we can use when we're building and when we go to explore some of the branches and tunnels that we haven't been through yet. Got fire aspect, quick charge breach, not useful at the moment. Infinity and flame we don't have a bow for. Impaling we don't have a trident. So the only other thing is fire aspect. So I got a sword, it's got fire aspect on it. There we go. I consider that a very successful end of this stream. So, I think we're gonna try to find for our next episode. I think we need to find ourselves some lapis that we can collect, so we can start enchanting our gear, and then start working on, you know, how are we gonna get the fermented spider eye and the villager zombies. Maybe start to figure out, you know, what we need to do to build a mob farm, and see, you know, where that goes and how we can use it to start to get those 2 pioneer villagers that we're looking for. I swear it was right in here. Maybe it was this way? Did I go this way? It's a dead end. This feels better. No, I've been here. This wasn't right either. That's back out there. So is it this way? Wasn't up there. This, I think, is the right way. Here it is. Okay, so here's our zombie spawner. See, I didn't lie. It was right here. Nice thing about this, we have cobblestone. So now, even though we're in deep dark and you can't find a lot of stone down here, we can take this cobblestone from the spawner and use that if we need to make any stone for, like, you know, a grindstone or anything like that. We've got this that we can use. Don't remember if there was anything else back this way. I think it's just the lava pool. Yeah, so got to get used to this having swift sneak because I can move really fast with this. There's almost like no speed difference. I actually don't think there is. We already looted those chests, but yeah. So that's all I've got for this episode. Appreciate you watching, hanging out with me. Really excited about where we are in the series and what we've got coming. So If you enjoyed the video, definitely like and subscribe. That helps me out. And we will see you in the next one, where we're gonna start to try to figure out, a mob farm and how that'll work. I've never made one before, so this should be interesting.